Lithium market is just very oversupplied. I think the incumbent miners have been reluctant to cut production. There was always this expectation that lower prices would ultimately get some M&A activity going, which is what we are seeing. What we are seeing at the moment. I think for the big miners, it's kind of attractive to move into lithium because it is a space where demand is growing by 30-40% annually. The only issue I think that you have is it's still a relatively small market. So Rio making an entry into it, does it move the needle for them? Potentially not, but it's certainly an interesting add-on. I think beyond that, I would just say we need more production cuts in the lithium market. We have surpluses still over the next 2 years. It's a strategic asset for a lot of countries, a lot of companies, and with the demand growth that we're seeing coming through, just a reluctance to take the necessary cuts and rebalance the markets.
Michael, where are you talking about in terms of those cuts? Because we've got a supply chain here that seems to be somewhat tilted towards China. And we know that equation can change rapidly with tariffs and sanctions and geopolitics at the moment. So are you talking about China managing its supply versus the West?
Both, actually. It has to come in both. I think the Chinese bought a specific set of deposits online called lepidolites. They're relatively lower quality, relatively high cost. They shouldn't really be operating when prices are below $20,000. But we've seen some cuts there already, but not enough to rebalance the lithium market. And equally, I think when you're looking at the Western worlds, we have projects currently in the pipeline that compared to some of the operations that are already operating are just relatively expensive.
Michael, great to see you. Just because one of the big miners is trying to call the bottom in lithium doesn't mean to say it is the bottom as well. And I thought you just made the absolute key point there that Karen picked up on. We need to see more production cuts in lithium. What happened to the brave new world? What happened to the fact that all these EV transition commodities were going to be bid only? We've got a chart on the screen now just showing the lithium move. I mean, cut a long story short, I think off the top of my head, lithium is trading around about 1/8 of what it was trading 2 years ago. What happened to the brave new world?
The brave new world is still there, and everyone is investing in that brave new world. That's the problem that we have at the moment. I think in a market where demand is growing by 30-40%, it's just hard to completely align supply growth with demand growth. And so we've seen these periodic huge bull and bear markets in the lithium side. Every 2 years we have a bull market. Every 2 years we have a bear market. And right now we're going through one of the bear markets. Ultimately, what should happen is that supply discipline comes in, and we are very pragmatic. Once those production cuts come, we are calling the bottom of the market. I don't think we are there yet, but once we are there, there is going to be a very nice trading opportunity to the upside.